I am so excited. Today we have Katie Koentje from The Neat Method. And Katie and I met at our wine and design event in California Closets. Katie, welcome. So great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And I hear you just had a closet installed from California Closets.
I did. I love their products. We use them in our clients' homes all the time.
Yes, the closets that we just saw were gorgeous. So I'm so excited because I think I'm a hoarder, I have to say, and I try to get organized, and I love all of the organizational products that are out there. I end up buying all of them, but then what do I do with them? So if you're going to help me figure out what to do, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
And in regards to hoarding, I think my #1 tip is love it or lose it. If you don't absolutely love it, it shouldn't be in your home. So go through category by category in your home and make a decision. If you really love an item, great, keep it. If you don't, get rid of it. Toss it, donate it, purge.
That's so great. Well, and what I noticed is you said, because I typically go from room to room.
Right.
And I organize the room, and then by the time I get to another room, I don't know if I have duplicates.
Right, absolutely. You'll organize all your shoes, and then you'll find 5 more in another room. So you need to just categorize everything together and then purge from there.
Oh,
for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
My #2 tip is, once you have done that categorizing, is really contain all of those items. So bin it to win it is my tip #2. So here I have an example of how to bin items in a pantry. So these are, all of your snack items in one spot, all of your breakfast items in one spot. So you know exactly where to go for those items. And there are no questions.
And it looks great.
It looks great.
When you open up a cabinet door, or if you have a pantry that you can actually open a larger door, it looks great. So it's fun to kind of shop in your own home.
Exactly, yes. Shopping in your own home, and it definitely, saves you money at the grocery store, because right before you make your list, you can say, do I have chips? Do I have snacks for kids' lunches? And go to that area of your pantry and, look and see and find those items there.
Sure. And then you have some fabulous
labels. So my tip #3 is definitely love to label. Labeling just takes the organizing to the next level. So once you've categorized and contained the items, if you just add that extra step of putting a label on it, it definitely takes it to a next level. So we really try to label everything with Neat Method. So in any space of the home. So obviously the snack and breakfast items are labeled, the jars are labeled, we label throughout the house. So.
Which is great, because if you live with somebody who doesn't like to put things where at least I think they should go, there's a sign that's telling
no excuses.
Yeah.
Anyone that comes into your home knows where something is. If you have a guest in town and they wake up before you, they're going to know where to find the cereal in your house.
That's great.
They're not going to have to wake you up.
That's great.
So yeah, it's always good.
And you mentioned next level. Yes. So let's talk about this, because we have a little stair step here.
A tiered riser, which is great for canned food or any sort of like oils, spices, things like that. If the items were right in front of each other on the same row, you would lose the item. You wouldn't know what's behind it. Things get expired. By doing the tiered shelf, then you're able to see all of the items that you have.
That's brilliant.
Definitely seen things, and will let you use them more. So if you've narrowed it down and you really only have the things that you need in your house, then you'll be good to go. So this is a great item to really be able to see those items in your pantry.
And talking about seeing some things, we have some other items over here.
So my next tip would be from the top down. So when you're hanging items in your closet, you want to hang items that are your tops, your blouses, jackets, on the top row of your hanging bar, and on the bottom are your skirts, your pants, any of the bottoms. Yeah, and it kind of goes back and forth in the kitchen as well. You can do that with tops of your pans on the top and then the actual pan on the bottom.
Great idea.
Yeah, and then in the closet as well, if you're not dealing with hanging items, drawers are really good. So when you have a drawer, we recommend file folding, which is key to not messing up the items on the top. So if you just stack all of your clothes, like typically everyone does, then you only really rotate through the first maybe 3 or 4 shirts, and the shirts on the bottom get lost and never used. So we recommend file folding, which is very easy. And this is an example. So if my husband goes and he wants to wear a dark blue shirt, he can pull this out and wear it, and it hasn't messed up any of the other items. And then once it comes out of the wash, he knows exactly where it goes, or he should, right? No excuses
he
there.
should.
So file folding is really easy. You just tuck the arms in, and then fold in half, and in half again.
Oh my gosh.
And then there you go.
Oh my gosh, that's
fantastic. We do that in every drawer.
It looks beautiful and so cute.
Yeah, so kids' drawers as well. Yeah, and these are a great product that we use a lot, which is a linen drawer organizer. And this is another one of their items as well.
Very good. And what is this? It's full of fun things.
I know it is. So my last tip is just to have a system.
Okay.
Make sure that there's a system in place. So this is an example of a product that we use in kids' rooms all the time, or playrooms.
Right.
This is a rugby navy striped bin that we get at the Container Store, and it is labeled as well.
Perfect.
So really a lot of it is just having a system, having a space where everything needs to go, and then having a designated role of who is putting those items in those spaces.
Well, and I know that we have a fan question.
Oh, great.
So, how can we get our kids to follow the organizational systems that we set up? Or is it a losing battle?
You know what? It is definitely not a losing battle. Having a system in place, having those labels definitely makes, helps your children take accountability for, for their actions. With anything with children, repetition is key. So just instilling that in them. This label, I've obviously, just has stuffed animals on it because that's what's in here. But if you're dealing with a toddler, then an image might be great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent tips.
Thanks.
Really appreciate you being here.
Great.